July 1st. By the time July rolls around, the year is full grown. The promises of springtime bud and blossom have been fulfilled, and nature has decked herself in her summer wardrobe. July is the climax to which the year has been building ever since midwinter. As the month that brings the high tide of summer, July is the time when the hottest days of the year come in most of the nation. In the northern, eastern, and midwestern areas, the hottest week of the year normally occurs in the last half of July. The hottest weather arrives, as it should, just 6 months later than the coldest week of the year, in late January. But a different schedule holds for the South and the Pacific coastal area. In both of these regions, the warmest days of the year are delayed until August, whereas the coldest period falls close to January 1st, so the 6-month pattern is broken. The Pacific states and the South take about 7 months to go from the coldest time of the year to the warmest, and then they return to the coldest period in only 5 months. Another way to put it, they have long springs and short falls. All of this, of course, represents an accounting of the so-called normal weather, which is a summing up of climatic performance over many years. There is no guarantee that the hottest weather of the summer will cover most of the nation in the last half of July. It may not play the game that way at all, for the weather delights in conspicuous departures from what is considered normal. July is the driest month of the year along the Pacific coast, but it is the rainiest month along the Atlantic coast. Except for New England, where the rainiest weather comes in August. July is a fairly rainy month in all of the nation east of the Rockies, and these rains are predominantly thunderstorms. July offers more lightning and thunder than any other month over much of the East and the Midwest. July thunderstorms exceed the August total by about 9-to-1. July weather installs a remarkable uniformity of weather from one end of the nation to the other. The sun is boss, and the same apparel will be suitable for Texas or Maine, for Minnesota or for Florida. The average July temperature in Minneapolis, 74 degrees, is only 9 degrees cooler than the average for Miami. And only 2 degrees separates Atlanta's average of 79 degrees from New York City's 77. July averages in the low 80s are typical for Central Texas, but also for places as far north as Iowa, Indiana, and Virginia. Only along the Pacific coast does this uniformity of temperature seem to break down. July averages exceed 90 degrees throughout the Arizona and Southern California desert areas, and 80+ is the average for California's Central Valley. Yet the city of Los Angeles enjoys a cool 74-degree average, and San Francisco is even cooler at 62. Sitting there in its year-round draft from the Pacific, San Francisco is the coolest major city in the nation during the summer.